Hi, thanks for being here at Devos with Dawn. It's April 22nd, 2020. It's Earth Day. I have a few words I want to share with you today, and I'm going to share my time with birds that are singing and neighbors that are building things over there. You'll hear all of that stuff out here. It seems right because it's Earth Day to be out here. And I started last week with this. It's spring, and so we have to acknowledge that the hostas are still growing and the ferns are still unfurling and the tulips are still smiling. And underneath that barren soil, there are some more things getting ready to come up and bloom at just the right time. I love that. And so that makes me think of this word that I want to share with you, faithfulness. There's another word. Even though we are still in this shutdown with the COVID crisis, there are things that are happening that are good, that would have happened in no other way. I've seen images from the NASA view where there is pollution over the large cities around the world, and it's diminished incredibly, even in just in the last couple of months. It's amazing to me that can happen so quickly, that Venice can now see the bottom of their waterways that they haven't seen for decades, that swans and dolphins are coming back into that area. There are people who have lived in the shadows of the Himalayas for their whole life who are just now realizing that they can see those peaks from their homes. It's like the earth is taking this deep cleansing breath from all the damage that we've done to it in the name of progress. So, this makes me think of healing. There are losses in this pandemic. They're deep, painful, permanent losses. And there are gains. Most of those writing today are saying that everything's going to change, that we don't get to go back to the way things were. We can't hold our breath long enough to just get through this and come up into the same world, that we have to plan now for a differently landscaped tomorrow. And there are things that we will be forced to leave behind. And maybe there are some things that we will choose to leave behind. So today, Earth Day, I'd like to focus those thoughts on this good creation. In the name of stewardship of this earth that God created and then handed to us to take care of, I would like to have us think about ways that we might want to behave differently from here and forward. Think about what you drive and how you drive it and where you drive and why you're driving. Consider what you buy and how it impacts the environment and those around the globe who maybe are not being treated in the best way environmentally or personally or culturally. Explore ways to follow the 4 R's that I really love. Refuse, reduce, reuse, recycle. So refuse to have all of the plastics and all of the things that are not going to decompose naturally. Reduce is use less of it. Reuse, so if you get it, try to find a new way to enjoy it. Refuse, reduce, use less of it. Refuse, reduce, reuse, recycle. Maybe you could plant a tree, or beautify your front porch, or appreciate a flower, or plant some flowers. In fact, if you come by my house, I have a whole bunch of empty pots out there by the road, and you can take one or some and fill them up and make them lovely to share with your neighbors. Either give them or just display them on your own property. I know that this is not a super spiritual sounding devotional, but I believe that our practice is here and now. Our treatment of God's earth is holy work. And I believe that this pandemic gives us a chance to hit the reset button on our behaviors and our attitudes toward it. So, I'm thinking of faithfulness, and I'm thinking of healing in our souls, in our relationships, and in our environment. I'm thinking of the wonderful hymn. For the beauty of the earth, for the glory of the skies, for the love which from our birth over and around us lies, Lord of all, to thee we raise this our hymn of grateful praise. Happy Earth Day.